My name is Maxwell Seafood of CyberAlamo.com. I basically founded the company. The idea is conduct risky R&D operations with AI, DevSecOps. We basically have our own antivirus, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. We use experimental operating systems in production. It's actually a derivative of Clear Linux, but it's like a hybrid between Clear Linux and RHEL. I'm not going to go into that, but Cyber Alamo is a company designed to save people money and then also put some of the profits that we make by saving people money into R&D operations. What we'll be going over is the Crown Jewels assessment that you could basically request for us to perform. This is a free service that you could request anytime, but the actual, we're just going to we'll highlight the vulnerabilities in your system, but we're not going to be going into detail about how to breach them until you actually, cut us a check. Firstly, we're going to be going over what a Crown Jewels assessment is by definition. It's the analysis of organizational structure in a company and a prioritization of assets, both physically and digitally, by cost and the importance to business continuity. Basically, what this means is items like the phone of the CEO or the laptop of the CEO is going to be prioritized heavier than the devices of, let's say, an intern. There's a different risk profile and a different threat profile for different individuals and their level within your organization and for different industries. Also identify legal risk in terms of regulatory compliance. If we're going through a Crown Jewels assessment and we find that, let's say you're a DoD contractor and you're not up to date with the latest DoD compliance standards, we're gonna inform you about it, and it's up to you to issue a disclosure, but we're not gonna publicly say anything. Furthering on the definition of what a Crown Jewels assessment is, it's the identification of applicable threat models, threat actors, and vulnerabilities facing a system, and cost-effective remediation strategies. Going over what cost-effective remediation is. It's the remediation of vulnerabilities in a system based on what their potential cost may be in the event of a breach. Only patching vulnerabilities which cost less to remove than what a potential breach would occur. The elimination of vulnerabilities based on their costs to the company. High value and high risk vulnerabilities get patched before low value, low risk vulnerabilities. I'm going to be going over the Crown Jewel assessment stages. Stage 1 is Crown Jewel mapping. Stage 2, risk and cost analysis. Stage 3, strategy exploration. That's where the first two stages are free. Stage 3 and onward is a paid service. So basically, if you do happen to go with us for actually implementing the Crown Jewel assessment, we're going to use a combination of AI and DevSec, ML plus DevSecOps. So it's DevSecOps and steroids. But we're going to go about the implementation of new defense strategies and the initial performance analysis after we actually implemented new defense strategies and systems, and then we're going to tune the defenses further in a continuous process of stages 5 and 6. For stage 1 in the Crown Jewel mapping, we're going to be going over, it's basically the process of map critical data and assets, identify risk exposure, prevent data loss. Phase 2 is build profiles based on how you use your data, gain mitigation recommendations, consult with experts, identify asset costs and value, then plug into estimated probability of exploitation and find the inherent cost to an organization. This is basically risk multiplied by vulnerability, worst case scenario. So that's your inherent cost. For phase 3, we have strategy exploration. We're basically going to devise a list of 5 different, optimal courses of actions that we could take together. This is the beginning of the paid services, and we're going to give you 5 different strategies for improving your cybersecurity posture at 5 different price points. Okay. At the lowest price point, we have mostly open source tools. At the highest price point, we've got custom tools. In the middle price points, we've got stuff like Cisco and Palo Alto. When we're on to phase 4, we have the implementation phase. This is simply the deployment of new defense mechanisms into a company over a agreed upon time span. Can include the use of both software and hardware. So basically implementing the new stuff that you paid for. And then we're going to be going about phase 5, which is the first of the continuous phases. There's only 2 of them. So this is the initial performance analysis phase. We're going to be looking at how the new stuff we put in your network environment performed in the wild, whether it improved your cybersecurity posture or made it worse, and then we're going to go about tuning it. If it actually makes your cybersecurity posture worse, we're going to remove everything at no cost to you. If it does improve it, we're not going to charge you anything more, but we're going to come back, and then we're going to actually we're going to be looking at how it performed in the first month or first 2 weeks, and we're going to be using that as a way to go into phase 6, which is the defense tuning stage. So we're going to collect that data that we collected in the last phase, and then we're going to basically use that to continuously improve the defenses in your network. And we don't even need to be on site for this. This is all done through the power of tools like Ansible, and we're going to be actually deploying continuous updates and upgrades to your system. So basically, after you hire us as a contractor, you're going to have continuously upgraded defenses to basically protect you from threat actors.